Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on D-Frag Volume 2. So, at the end of the first volume, Roka's Game Development Club was facing off against the Cow's Game Development Club in like a competition, and Takau's club lost, and so Takao is supposed to be punished. And so the first chapter of this volume is everybody in Roka's Game Development Club chasing after Takao, trying to punish her, with Kazama having no idea what the punishment they're supposed to be doing to her means, where they just keep doing this hand symbol and he has no idea what it means. Eventually, he feels bad for Takao and is kind of helping her escape, and eventually Roka, Sakura, and Chitose end up losing to Takao in this by falling into like a trap that Chitose had set up to catch Takao, and Takao being like, alright, if you stop trying to punish me, I'll help you get out of this pitfall you dug and fell into. And so there's that. That's over. And now we get there's a fun chapter next where basically they're trying to rename Roka's Game Development Club, and everyone's there just brainstorming new ideas. I don't remember what any of the ideas were, but like Chitose's had something to do with Earth. Takao vetoed it because it sounded cool. I think Sakura's... Oh, hers was just Game Development Club Dolphin, I think it was. And everybody's drawing little pictures on the like whiteboards next to their ideas. And so Takao vetoes that because it's too cute. And after all the brainstorming and whatnot, we learn that the Roka's Game Development Club is called the Game Development Club Temporary, where they submitted the form to make the club with the idea that they would change the name later, and that's just not how that works. So like once the form was submitted, it was basically set in stone. Like that's the club's name. So again, just a fun, silly little chapter. Okay, this is my favorite chapter of the volume. Kazama and like the Kazama gang, I don't remember their names. The short one with the stupid hair from when he got electrocuted, the tall one, and then the vice president. They're just hanging out like behind the school, talking about like going after other delinquents in the school. And Roka just shows up, and she's just like acting like she's a part of the group. And then they're talking about they're going down the list of like all these gangs in the area that the Kazama gang can go face off against. It's like, oh, there's the Demon Band of 14. Like, Kazama's like looking at the list, I think, and he's like, oh, we could go after the Demon Band of 14. And the vice president and Roka, they like freak out. They're like, whoa, we can't go after them. They're tough. They go to like the arcade and hog all like the music games and whatnot. And like, Kazama's like, okay, so they're just like a bunch of losers that hang out at their arcade. Like, what? They're not tough at all. And then he goes down like the list and he's just like, okay, well, what about these ones? And then Roka and the vice president freak out, and they explain what they're about, and he's like, these guys don't seem tough at all. What are you talking about? And it's just like the dynamic of like Roka there just talking about like just Roka and the vice president together being like, oh my gosh, they are super strong. They play arcade games all day. It's like, what? It's a fun chapter. Like, it's ridiculous, and I love it. And then we get to sort of like the arc of this volume. We get a little bit of an arc where Kazama goes to the club and nobody's there except Sakura. He decides he's going to get up and leave, and then Sakura basically like invites him to play like a game, and she like challenges him. They're playing some fighting game, and Kazama keeps winning easily. Eventually, I think Sakura wins a few, but she sort of talks about her and what she's like, right? She basically just tells the audience like, I'm a super genius, but I don't really have like, I'm not trying to do anything like this or that with it. I just like my water stuff, and I really like sort of ambitious people and whatnot. And she basically calls out Kazama for talking big about taking over the school and defeating all these gangs and then never doing anything about it. which leads to him quitting the gang. It's like, all right, I helped you at the festival thing with the beating the other game development club. We should be even now. I'm leaving. And so he leaves, and we get just like him walking around the school, like beaten and bruised because him and his friends have been going and getting into fights. And also, I should point out, like, when Kazama is leaving, Roka had just shown up and was trying to get him to play a board game that Chitose and her had created called Cosmic Dirty Magazine Smuggler, where it's about, I think they said it's like Chutes and Ladders, but what you're collecting is like alien porno magazines. So that's important. That comes back later. Basically, so after that, Kazama's going around getting into fights, and he gets into a fight with the Demon Band of 14, who were mentioned previously. And I just like how that was set up, where it's like, all right, here's all these gangs, here's what they are, here they're kind of jokes. And then when we finally get to the Demon Band of 14, it's like, yeah, they're kind of a joke. But also they did beat him up pretty good, and they got Kazama, the short guy, and the tall guy all tied up. And there's a funny gag where it's like, all three of them were tied up like differently. Like Kazama's got his hands tied behind his back, attached to like a pole. The tall guy is like tied up, hanging from the ceiling, and then the short guy's like buried. And it's just like a silly joke. Eventually, they go and dig in Kazama's bag, where they find the game that Roka and Chitose made, Cosmic Dirty Magazine Smuggler. They find it, and they're all arguing about who gets to play it first. It's a 4-player game, and I think there's 9 people, because a couple of the guys in the Demon Band of 14 were busy. The bald guy, he was busy. He's getting his hair cut. Another guy was busy doing something else. And then a few of the members, Kazama and his friends, actually managed to take down. I think it's pointed out that Kazama's the only one that took them out. But like, they knocked a few of those guys out. So they're out for the count. And there's all the rest of the members want to play this game. And the leader of the gang, he really wants to play, and so they come up to this he wants to play first, and like everybody else is like, you're in charge, you should step back and let us play. And he's like, all right, here's what we'll do, we'll split off into 2 groups of 4, and then we'll compete in some way, and whoever wins gets to play the game. And he is completely left out, where he is the odd man out, where there's two groups of 4, he's the 9th guy, he's just sitting on the sidelines, and they're going to compete to play the game. And eventually he gets fed up, and he just takes the game, smashes it, at which point Kazama breaks out of his ropes, kind of, and tackles the leader of the gang, because he broke this game that Roka and whatnot had made. And then all the members of the game development club show up. There's scenes with them talking about what's happening throughout the volume. I didn't mention those, but they're there. They didn't just show up randomly. They show up and basically save the day. And then Kazama's all feeling bad. It's like, oh, your game broke, you gave it to me, they ruined it. And Roka doesn't matter, because they've already made like revisions, and they're on volume 3. And so Kazama goes back to the game development club. It is a fun volume. Also in this, we learn that the secret hidden boss of the school is Roka, and so Kazama wants to take out all these people at the school. Eventually he's going to have to take on Roka. So that's set up for later. Fun volume. We get some bonding between Kazama and Takao. We get some like character development for Kazama. It's like, all right, stop being lazy, actually start going after this goal you keep talking about. Set up an inevitable confrontation between him and Roka. A lot going on in this volume, and that's like interesting stuff happening in between. It's just really hilarious gags and fun, absurd comedy. Like, I love this manga. It's mainly a comedy, but there is little bits of story here and there that are fun and are enjoyable and help elevate the comedy. So yeah, D-Frag Volume 2, great little volume. Had a lot of fun rereading this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.